What are we playing with today? No, nothing? Any suggestions? Hey, I like your hair, Jessica.
Lo escucho. Lo escucho. Hmm.
Hit harder. Can you hear me?
Okay, right now, yes.
Okay, good. All the good things I said about Ursula, she didn't hear me. Awesome. About her, how young she is, and all that stuff. Good. So very good. Thank you so much, Julita, for giving us feedback. And as we start our yoga practice, so thinking about what are we practicing? You know, there's so many things going on in our lives. There's so many things going around the world. Can we find a moment where we can just sit for a second? And so what does it mean to sit? You're sitting on a yoga mat. It can be in the yoga room like right now, or you can sit in your nice, beautiful backyard with all those 10 cats around you, or you can sit in your nice home in the Floridas or in the far lands of Sugarland, wherever you might be. Find a space that actually allows us to be gentle and to be at peace, right? And so sometimes what we're looking for is that moment of peacefulness and wholeness or integration or yoga. And so what does it feel like when our brain, we're thinking about our senses, right? Our senses, we have these 5 senses that are constantly looking outside or listening to things outside or feeling things of temperature or touch externally or whatever it is that we're always externally driven. Can we take a few seconds to maybe take those senses and dial them down for a few notches and see what happens when we just let those relax? And there's nothing to be more attentive outwardly. There's not so much of this outward expectation of ourselves, right? Sometimes that is draining to be always, you know, on top of our patients, of our clients, of our students, of our family, of our co-workers. And so can we just let for a few seconds rest all that external and outwardly energy, and we can allow ourselves to sit. And so what does it mean to sit on our sitting bones, to really feel that our body is grounding through that ground chakra that we have mentioned before, that very base of the spine. Can we let that, again, that very early energy, that very intuitive energy from the very ground area to be just rested? And maybe the spine can then be visualized, and we can look internally. So can we soften our arms and our shoulders and the neck and our bite and our facial expression? There's no need, right, to be so up and tense and active about the other parts of the body. There's going to be plenty of time to think of those, but can we let them rest? And so can we observe for a few seconds with our mind's eye to look into the very tailbone area. And so what does it feel like? And do I need to move a little bit to the right and a little bit to the left to feel that my right and left hip settle that tailbone towards the ground? That I can maybe sway my body slightly forward and back, and I can feel my spine realigning. So what is it that I feel with each and every one of my vertebrae as I move around them? Is there anything that I can pay attention as my lumbar spine, my lower vertebrae, connect to my digestive system, to my gut feeling, to my organs around the abdomen? Can I feel my ribs? And so how they hug against my lungs, and how I can let them go when I exhale, and how I maybe allow them to expand and to move a little or a whole bunch, whatever is our energy into the body today. And we, again, observe our breathing. And so what happens when we heal those muscles and those tissues and those organs, and we let them breathe out, and we intentionally think a bit again and visit our tailbone and all the organs connected to our tailbone, our reproductive system, the very base of our digestive system. And I feel my lumbar spine and all the organs that connect to my gut area, including the base of my lungs or my diaphragm, and maybe go a little bit higher on my spine through my thoracic vertebrae, and how they connect to the ribs, and how that allows the breathing to come in and the breathing to leave the body. And I sink my chest and I sink my sternum, and I can feel how maybe my cervical spine connects to my clavicles, my shoulder blades, the entire neck and throat. And then all the glands that come around the upper body as I exhale, and feel my tailbone air grounded, and I inhale, raising, thinking that it's not just the back, it's not just the spine, it's all the energy connected and the nerves that connect and innervate those parts of the body towards the base of the head. And then exhale as my body softens. Can I give room for my expansion to breathe? To find that, again, that homeostasis, that very balance of the spine all the way towards the crown of the head, and how connecting and then releasing brings almost like a temperature gauge, right? Slowly down towards the tailbone to ground, to take all the excitement settled. And then I inhale to raise up my energy. How does it feel to sit outside in the sun in San Antonio and feel the beautiful breath of air? And can I feel my body to slowly release, and feel how the crown of the head gently lowers all the way towards my tailbone, and at my own pace, not somebody else's, can I raise my energy from the tailbone, feeling my organs, letting and bringing energy into my lungs and throat and entire skull and brain area, and all the very subtle organs in there. And I allow my forehead and face to soften as I release the energy towards the ground, and I surrender for a second. And I take an inhalation that expands, not to over breathe, but to allow your body to really breathe deeply in, and let the exhalation to slowly move your own energy through the back of the head, through the front of the throat, through your chest, your abdomen, maybe all the way from your tailbone through the back of the spine, raising it up through the root of the head, all the way until I feel even my top of the head, my entire skull just light. And I exhale to slowly soften the body. And maybe my right hand opens slowly towards the right side of the body, just extended outside the shoulder, with the palm of hand facing up towards the ceiling as my elbow and shoulder, entire bicep and tricep extend, and I can feel my right hand just opening. So what does it feel to pull away from the heart as the right arm expands and opens the chest muscles, activates the shoulder and scapular area? One more time. Can I feel my right arm very wide? Can I sit still as I exhale on my tailbone area and both sitting bones? One more time. Breathe in. Can I let my head drop as I exhale to the left shoulder, opposite to my hand? And what happens if I just let that head go? I don't have to twist. I don't have to force. I don't have to push. Inhaling to expand, to create space between the right arm and the crown of the head, and the exhalation moves the head a little bit deeper. And so what happens to all the muscles from the jaw, from the neck area, from the shoulder? One last time, deep breath in, opening. Can I really feel that I'm breathing into my heart? And as I exhale, let my head just wide to the left. What does it feel best? Can I inhale, raising my head and bending the right elbow at the same time? To exhale kindly, the right hand on my leg, on my thigh, on the ground. Can I raise my left arm to the side of the body, lengthening outside shoulder? Palm hand exhales up towards the sky so I can feel the connection of my shoulder. And so where is there any resistance? Is there any pinching? Is there any difficulty? Is there any full extension that comes? And as I activate, as my brain starts connecting to those fingers, to the hand, to the bicep, to the tricep, to the pectoral area, can I find my clavicle really expanding away from the center of the heart? Can I soften my facial expression and then remain focused as I expand through the crown and ground through my tailbone, inhaling, dropping my head towards the right shoulder, wide shoulder, and simply moving, and see what happens when I move. What am I tensing? Am I overdoing it? Do I need to soften? Do I need more kind? Inhale, extend, reach, reach, reach. Can I exhale? Can I feel my body breathing fully out from the base of the spine, feeling the entire inhalation that extends the head farther away from that left arm? And what are the thoughts? What are the ideas? What are the emotions that come with it as the body exhales? Finally, bring, as I raise my head and bend the left elbow, the head back into center. And exhale my right hand towards the ground. Can I allow my elbows to slowly move forward in front of my chest, in front of my shoulders, bending the arm in 90 degrees so the palms of hands face each other, or the fingers interlace and the fingers slowly place knuckles facing up towards the ceiling above the elbows, and the elbows and biceps and shoulders slowly move to press the elbows closer towards each other. Doesn't mean touching, but simply feel that and see if the palms of the hands extended or fingers crossed, it doesn't matter. Find a position for your jaw, that your head slowly drops towards your chest as you exhale gently down, and see what happens to those muscles of the upper back, shoulder blades. Deep breath in, again, from the tailbone area along the spine. Exhale. Can you activate those muscles? Not because you're forcing them. Can you let them, with patience, reactivate on their own? Fire up, reawaken those muscles of the upper body. And your jaw draws into your throat areas, your forearms and elbows come closer. One more time. Deep breath in. And as the body exhales, relax the elbows and arms, and the head slowly returns to center. Can I find my hands traveling behind my lower back, with the back of the hands resting on the lower back area as I breathe in, and the palms of hands facing away from your body, and the elbows slowly soften, and the shoulders gently inhale to widen them, and then slowly exhale them to draw them behind the body. So the elbows and shoulders are pressed behind, and the head slowly raises the chin towards the sky as I move my chest forward. And I exhale slowly, your jaw away from the throat, and I bring my eyes over my eyebrows, and the shoulder blades slowly hug towards each other and expanding the chest muscles. Again, exhale through your abdomen, ground the tailbone area, the hip bones, and raise your heart forward. Last, full exhalation. Can I feel my tummy? Can I feel, again, the connection to the muscles? Is there any resistance? Is there any pressure? Can I let my body, instead of pushing it, to slowly come into a deeper movement, and let the exhalation release slowly head and arms and shoulders and chest, and find my body exhaling. Can I allow my left leg to open in front of your body and slightly outside my yoga mat to the left? So my left leg is now aligned, kneecap, foot, toes, and I allow my body to exhale my left hand towards the maybe contracted right leg, towards the foot, towards the shin, towards the knee, towards the thigh, maybe towards the hip, maybe towards the waist. And the torso starts moving out towards the left side of my body. As I exhale, as I look down towards my leg, as I look slowly towards the center of my chest, as I look up towards the right shoulder, whichever one is, as long as the neck is long and I can feel that every exhalation opens. And I let my right hand support my left if needed, my right hand to come to the waist, my right hand comes towards the ribs in such a way that the right elbow and the right shoulder widen even deeper. One more time, breathe. Find that you're not just rounding the spine to the left, that you're extending away from the hips. So it's the root of the spine that moves. That your right hand and left hand secure the right hip deeper to the floor, and your left knee doesn't have to bend or overextend. Find it in the perfect position for your body, and intentionally move your chest forward so your shoulder blades shift back. One more time, deep breath into this position. As the body exhales, feel your body moves even deeper to feel all those organs and muscles and tissue inside, and then raise as you inhale. Let your body slowly coming back into center, and release back gently into center position. Inhale, holding. Take inventory. Find your tailbone, find your spine, find the crown of the head, soften your shoulders, soften your right knee. Feel that your body's engaged. When your body's ready, allow the exhalation to empty through. And then softly bring your left leg in to switch positions with your right one. So your heel is as close to your groin as your body allows it. If your leg needs to bend, if you need to put a pillow or a block underneath that left leg, is up to you. How far your right leg opens to the right side, completely up to you. How toes and kneecap are perfectly aligned, how your hips are settled to the floor. And I find my body exhaling, and maybe the next exhalation brings the right arm over towards the right foot, towards the ground, towards the left foot, towards the left thigh, knee, hamstring, or inner thigh, or outside the waist or hip, and let the right elbow bend and the left hand slowly press gently or help the right hand in position while my right shoulder moves to the right side and the left shoulder moves towards the sky, and my head looks towards the ground, towards the knee, towards the chest, towards the left shoulder, and settle. And I allow myself to just unravel, to not hold, not tighten, to just trigger those subtle things about the muscles. And so what are the parts of the muscles that are moving? And where is there any resistance or trying to the body to readjust or readapt into the position? Can I observe my chest traveling forward so I can intentionally opening my clavicles and let my body exhale deeper and farther out towards the right side, if that's even available to my body. And I inhale for the last 2 breaths. Feeling the movement deep inside. Again, it's not about pushing, it's about just subtly feeling those tissues, the entire engagement of muscles, fascia, nerve cords, and energy of your body as you exhale. And then come back. Raise slowly with your hands and torso, coming gently back to center. Settle into center position for a second. Rest your elbows and shoulders and hands and arms, and raise through the crown of the head. Jaw is parallel towards the ground. One more time, breathing deeply into this position. When my body's ready, I can soften kindly the right leg, the spine, the neck, and bring my right leg gently into my body, and I sit slowly in an easy position, right? With your legs extended, crossed, it doesn't matter. Can I place my hands into my knees or inner thighs or waist or hips? And can I maybe raise or wrap my thumbs around my waist area so my back is steady and long, and I can press gently through my hands that my shoulders are not raised but drop, and I feel the entire spine lengthening. And so what are the muscles of the abdomen? Can I activate those abdominal muscles that hold my waist tight, that hold my organs in the abdomen tight, that can lengthen the spine? Can I find my jaw drawing in so the spine lengthens, and I can feel length or distance between every time that I breathe in the hips and neck area, and then slowly maybe tilt gently the torso forward, and I can lean it gently in front of the body. And what do I feel my abdomen is doing? Is it pouching? Is it relaxing? Can I tighten my abdomen, tuck in the chin, and feel that my body lengthens a little bit farther away without raising the hips? And again, less is more. Observe internally. What does it look like for your body to stretch, to reach, to lengthen? And maybe your body keeps moving, and maybe you get to the point, and that's where the maximum point for your body, and that's perfect. Maybe your body keeps leaning a little bit farther forward, and you can feel the spine and your jaw lengthening. So your jaw is drawing in to create extension through your cervical spine. Pay attention. What are your hands doing? What are your arms? What are the elbows? Where's your chest? Where's your heart center? Can you find your inhalation that lengthens and opens? Again, observe your body, how far your body is really benefiting in going into this position. Is your head coming all the way to the ground, or just a few degrees forward, as long as you trust your back to be long and your hands and elbows and shoulders, again, help the spine and your back to be perfectly straight. When your body is ready, exhale all the way through. Kindly bring your hands to help you, or round your back to slowly come back into sitting pose. And you breathe very, very, very gently upright. And you exhale into upright position, and you find your body slowly soften. Change legs. If one leg is in front, if your legs are wide, or you need to maybe stretch your legs, change the opposite leg to come forward, and bring your hands behind you with your fingers, with your fists, with the palms of hands into the ground, and your shoulder blades roll back, and your shoulders move away from the chest, and you can press your knuckles into the floor, and you find your tummy not pouching, but what is your abdomen doing? And you feel your exhalation to empty through your spine. And now press your knuckles so your shoulders lower and your chest lifts towards the sky. And so can you still feel your tailbone area? Do not raise it off the ground. Your tailbone area comes closer to the floor. Can you find how that activates the oblique muscles, or the muscles that wrap around the sides of your flanks of your waist, and your abdomen lengthens, and your breastbone area comes up, and your chin slowly looks up towards the sky, and I extend gently the jaw away from the throat. And I feel my tongue coming towards the roof of my mouth, and then maybe my eyes even roll behind the eyelids towards the eyebrows, and the spine lengthens, not because I'm crunching my neck. Can I just modify that so I can feel the length of my spine? And then extend and open. What does it feel to really stretch and open the entire body this way? Can I find all the muscles activating the back, so the back is active and contracting and supportive, while the front lengthens and extends, and your eyes look back, and you feel the crown of it gently traveling as far away from the tailbone that is grounded, the tailbone that is pressed to the floor in your last long deep breath. Root muscles, entire spine exhales, and then come back, inhale very, very gently, raising, extending, and raising towards the sky as your body softens. And let your knees be held by your hands. So your knees raised gently off the ground, and you're sitting into this position and crossing your feet off from your ankles, and let your knees come towards each other. So let your arms wrap around your legs. Let your hands slowly hold on to your fingers, wrists, forearms, elbows, and the shoulders. Instead of being shrugged and over tense and pinching through maybe some possible nerves into your shoulder blades? Can you soften them? Can you draw them down away from the ears? And what is the sweet spot for those shoulders to be just perfectly placed? And your tummy tucks in and your ribs start growing a little bit taller away from the waist, while your hip bones press into the ground, and you feel your body slowly engage into this position. Can you, not the back, is not the shoulders, your shoulders are wide, maintaining the spine as tall as is sustained. Can you feel how your thighs and heels press gently indirectly towards the abdomen, and through the abdomen towards the base of the spine? So the base of the spine is supported from the inner lining of the abdomen. Visualize those internal organs and muscles from the inside of your belly towards the lower back, how they support the lumbar spine, and only the head, not the shoulders, not the back, drops slowly forward. And so feel that your chin draws into your chest. And for some of us, it means easily touching. For some of us, it's very challenging to move that. And can you feel how that lengthens the entire fascia, creates extension on the muscles that support the vertebrae column, the spinae erecti muscles, the muscles that maintain your vertebrae slowly aligned and extended, and you can feel right and left side are your shoulders, a huge part of this position, drawing back away from the chest, and your clavicles dropping down away from the ears, and you can feel the length. And then breathe into it. If there's any muscle that resists or creates, again, tension, can you breathe oxygen? No, feel that your body heals through that, and let your body, one more time, letting go of all the pressure, all the tension. Allow the exhalation. Slowly observe again any observations that come to your mind. What part of your spine is really feeling it, or what part of your body? If there's a scar right there in your neck, if there's a vertebrae column or disc that is needing your attention, can you feel that? Observe, heal with your attention. Observe your body to bring health to that. One more time, just observe your body to let go, not to tense, not to overdo it. As your body exhales, let that exhalation empty, clear, expand. And then slowly bring your head, only your head, back gently into center position. And then exhale kindly. Let your knees travel towards the right side of your body. So drop your knees towards the right side of your mat, and then let them to be right leg as close to the floor as possible, and the left leg easily on top. It doesn't necessarily mean exactly aligned. In my case, the left knee wants to move in front of the right shin to move the hip a little bit taller, and my toes adjust over the arch of my shin, and ankle of the left foot adjusts over the ankle, or the arch, I should say, of the bottom leg or right foot, and my hands press slowly, so I look towards the top of my yoga mat, towards the front of my yoga mat, and my shoulders are not rotating to the right. My shoulders actually open wide, open my chest, raise up, and maybe my body's able to slowly start looking in the opposite direction, towards the direction of my toes, or towards the direction of the left side of my yoga mat. And maybe my left hand is steady. And again, before I move any farther, I check alignment. I check my body. My left hip is slightly higher than the right one, and it's actually appropriate. So I can feel that rotation through my waist. Can I feel my right hand slowly soften and wide enough so it gives enough room for my clavicles and chest to expand? Can I allow and ground my left hand to the floor, and my right hand comes towards the knee, towards the left thigh, towards the shin, towards the left glute, across my body towards the left ankle or heel? It doesn't matter, right? It's not about how far, it's about how it feels, and can I feel the body twisting? And I look over my left shoulder, or as far as my body allows it, and feel that my knees are on the ground, and feel the rib cage raising away from those thighs or inner thighs and hips. And one more time, open the breastbone area so your chest travels forward to really open the heart center. That I allow my eyes to look over the left shoulder, and then I feel that my exhalation, like, it doesn't mean that I'm looking out. I can close my eyes. And again, one more time, opening the body. The right arm gives me support on my right knee, on my left leg. Exhale slowly, finding that the elbows are not locked. They are made, and softening in your last full breath. Can you expand? Can you really breathe into every part of your body that feels that needs to be elongated, and breathe into, and then let go. Let the old breath, as you exhale, feel that cleanses and release and let go of all that. Let the movement guide you and feel that your breath cleanses as you move. Exhale gently. Look out towards the right side of your body. Both hands travel onto the knees, into the thighs, or maybe outside the thighs, and your body exhales. And instead of rotating all the way through, I want you to find stability through both hands, that your hands find stability on the ground, on your legs, and making fists, fingertips, full palm hands, it doesn't matter, and raising the chest tall so your spine remains always perpendicular towards that right hip. And let your head slowly draw gently towards your chest. Look slowly down towards your breastbone area, and then slowly raise your rib cage. Maybe your right arm presses a little bit higher. Maybe your left arm creates or adds torque to the twist, and you can feel your midsection, you can feel your lumbar spine, you can feel the ganglia, the entire lymphatic system, the entire muscles, layers of your dermis, all those things internal to your body, organs, including the fascia that connects all your muscles. Find expansion and broaden the spine. The back of the head is tall towards the sky, and while your jaw is drawn into your throat, raise your rib cage. One last time. Breathe deeply. Exhale deeply through your gut. Observe that your body is cleansing. Last long inhalation. Deep breath in, and then exhale, and then let go. Slowly soften and see what happens. And then as your movement undoes and you unravel this movement, your breath also takes out all this old energy, and let your knees come back to center. And maybe your body's ready to go exactly in the opposite direction. The left leg as close to the floor as possible. Your right leg easily accommodates on top of the left one. It doesn't matter where. In my case, my shin is in the arch of that left foot. My right knee is slightly in front of my left one. My body exhales, and slowly I look gently with my right and left hand to support onto the ground, and I look slowly with the crown of the head towards the sky, and raise my body and sit gently onto my left hip. So my right glute is slightly lifted off the ground, so I can feel my hips sustained and supported, and I can feel my body twisting. And my left hand maybe stays soft and light on the ground, on my left knee, or my right leg, shin, thigh, hip, waist, or maybe my right hand comes slowly behind the glute. And my head gently rotates out towards the right side of my body. And I stay with my jaw parallel towards the ground, so your shoulders, or my shoulders, open as wide as possible. And I can feel the twist and can feel the body gently, as if my abdomen and all those things that are sometimes difficult to manifest and to move and to create mobility about, sometimes they get stuck. We have had injuries, we have movements, we have emotions that are stuck into our body. Can I let them exhale and start the process of healing, right? It's just about starting up, firing up those moments, feeling that your body and your exhalation empties, and you're, every time that you breathe out, you're emptying out the old things, right? The old breath, the old energy in your body, and your chest slowly travels forward, and you adjust, and you continuously adjust into your body, because your body will start shifting. Your body will start creating a little bit more room or less room. So can you still move and adjust and adapt your hands, your fingers, your chest, your clavicles, thinking about checking every part of your body, including the whole crown of your head. The crown of the head extends the body lengthened towards the sky, and you can feel how your spine, you can actually travel into your neck, you can feel it, you can engage it, you can travel into your shoulders and widen them. Instead of forcing them, you can expand them. Look inside your ribs and waist and abdomen and muscles and organs and endocrine system and your lymphatic system, and your entire breath is emptying and cleansing every one of those. And you can feel about your immune system and strengthen it and support it. And you can think about your emotional state and engage your body to breathe into it. And then exhale it and release the slow motion of that twist to empty out. Feel how your breath empties slowly as you're moving around, and what parts of your body are free and liberated and maybe more gently connected. And feel that your right and left hand slowly travel towards the opposite direction. and your head slowly looks out towards the left shoulder, and you twist gently towards that position, and your hands press into the ground. So this time, not to curl forward, but to raise up, to extend up your spine. To your right hand is on your thigh, on your knee, on your leg, and your arms are gently pressing to the ground, and your glute muscles support the hips, and you're slowly adding that twist that comes from the very root of your waist. Think and visualize your body coming from the very space in the deep abdomen, deep into the pelvic floor. And can you feel again your organs? Bring attention, move again, dig deeply into those organs inside tissue, fascia, in again, endocrine glands, the glands that produce these juices that are beneficial for your body, and let your body start finding its own way to heal, to find the homeostasis, that you're squeezing, that you're pressing into those deep tissues so that is secreted, is activated, right? Become your own massage therapist. Allow your engagement to open your spine through your ribs, through your shoulders, to your neck and your head, and your jaw is slowly drawn in to look gently towards the chest area so you can feel your body coming tall and the back of the head extending, breathing in, look into the center of your chest. One more time, allow all the tissues. You just start feeling how your fascia lets go, how you're really moving, not to push, but what is the natural tendency of our body and our mind? Can I find my last long deep breath? Can I feel the extension of the body as I breathe into it? And I let go as I exhale. And so what happens when the breath leaves this part and I undo and I observe the body moving back into center pose? And I allow my knees to gently, when I am ready, to come back gently towards the center. And maybe I'm ready to extend my legs gently in front of my body along the yoga mat. And I find my legs just extended for a second. And I observe my kneecaps and my hips settle gently to the ground, sometimes moving the hamstrings or moving the glutes from underneath so I can feel my sitting bones really on the ground. I can feel my hips now grounded into the position as I just adjust the body, maybe that physical adjustment. And my spine becomes long and my toes become flexed, and I press through my heels and I flex through my shins and pressing gently the heels out. So my gastrocnemius, the muscles in the lower portion of the back of the leg area are stretching, and my thighs contract or my quadriceps contract, and I can feel my sitting bones really tall, and I feel my arms almost, because I'm grounding my body through my legs, through the connection, through the hugging of those muscles on the top of the leg, on the front of my hips, on the glute area. Then the rest of the body can actually settle easily towards the floor. They can extend, and I can feel my toes active. I can feel my hands pressing to the ground to help my torso become taller. Or maybe for some of us, we don't need the arms to press on the legs, on the ground, or on the hips, or maybe the arms are able to slowly raise and you can extend them towards the sky. Not because that's better, it's what my body needs today. And so what is it that my body needs today? And do not look around to compare myself and what others may be doing or how I think it should look like. Can I investigate what it feels like if I were being lifted with my shoulders from the underarms because my arms are pressing towards the floor, or if my arms are extended towards the sky and I feel my rib cage and torso lengthen towards the sky through the crown. So what does it feel like to my body, for my body to be lengthened? Can I ground and just deepen my tailbone area towards the ground, towards the earth, towards my yoga mat, while the rest of my body, my waist, my ribs raise a little bit higher? Can I engage my feet, my toes equally, pinky toe? Can I think of my pinky toe, my big toe equally? Can I observe my body long and extended? Last full breath. And so what does it feel like to hug and extend and open the body towards the sky when my body's ready? Can I allow my elbows and my arms and my shoulders, wherever they might be, to start softening? So my head and neck and cervical spine soften. I can feel my body relax and my toes relax. And I observe my knees coming gently into my body about hip distance from each other. So the feet remain about, a few inches from each other. So I can feel my body able to raise my rib cage with my hands on my shins, on my knees, on my hamstrings, on the sides of my thighs, on the ground, possibly to raise my back. That my back is not just rounded through the spine, that is not base on the base of the spine or the lumbar area is not just pushed back, that I'm actually tilting. I can feel my hips tilting. I can feel my sitting bones slowly to the ground. I can raise my chest. I can extend my crown and drop my shoulders. So I can feel now the movement. The clavicles expand away from the breastbone area. The shoulder blades move towards the upper back. My feet and toes are engaged. The heels are strong. I adjust so my elbows are not doing all the work, and I bend them, and I breathe deepest into my body so I can feel the connections to my tummy. Can my again gut area, my solar plexus opens and feels the strength. One more time, breathing in when my body is ready. Exhale through your abdomen. Can I feel my diaphragm really emptying my lungs all the way through? Shoulders drawn back. Feel the natural movement of your body as you're inhaling. Last full breath, really taking advantage of this moment. And then exhale, soften your head, your arms, your shoulders, your hands, and round your spine forward as if you're just resting your hands lower on your legs. Maybe your torso leans forward, your head slowly drops towards the space between your knees or on top of your knees, whichever it is. And the arms and the hands reach towards wherever is most appropriate to roll the spine forward. And can I find my head just moving away from my neck? Not because I'm pushing it, I'm just sustaining. Can I, what does it feel like when I contract my belly and my belly just moves deep into your tummy? And the back opens, the shoulder blades slowly separate, and I feel my extension coming through the rest of my vertebrae column. And do I need to reach for my big toes with my index and middle finger to hold my body reaching forward without having to dislocate the shoulder blades, but just to expand the body? And I can then feel my head. So what does it mean to bring the torso farther over the thighs, meaning raising it as if I just wanted to just come with my shoulders and shoulder blades over my knees and wrap my torso over my thigh area, and I feel lengthened. I support it. I feel that my body can actually extend those base muscles, feeling my kidneys, feeling the suprarenal glands, those glands above the kidneys. It's so important to maintain, again, the health of the salinity of your bloodstream, all those little subtle things that we don't usually think about. Can I feel my rib cage and all the nerves that come through every one of these spaces in between my vertebrae that connects muscles and organs and allow that unconscious movement of the body? Just observe again the wonder of your physical body as your head extends, and feel that your body expands. One more time. Again, is fully engaging, really connecting. Can I find my last long exhalation, that my body really flexes through the abdomen? Not because I'm forcing it, it's because I'm breathing out, and the inhalation expands. And then observe what happens when my lungs grow bigger and farther away and move deeper parts of my body as my body exhales. Slowly soften, let go very kindly, and observe what happens to the breath when you undo, when you start moving, when you see your body moving gently back upright, and your torso becomes a little bit more perpendicular. Your legs may be crossing gently over your ankles, and you rolling gently over your shins, and your body comes on hands and knees. And maybe the palms of hands remain under the shoulders, and the middle finger is parallel, going exactly in the same direction. That will give us a pointer so the hands and the arms are not twisted. And look at the crease, or where the elbows bend. Are they looking towards each other? So that also will give us a hint on where our shoulder blades should feel like. And then test it and observe your body, experiment your body, and let your toes to flex under your feet. So your heels are not rolled out to the sides, but maintain your heels perpendicular to your toes. And maybe the spine starts moving gently as the jaw draws in towards your chest. The spine raises. And so what are the muscles? What part of your body is easier to raise? Is it just the upper back? Can you move also the lumbar spine? Can you move slowly also the tailbone and the hips and the waist. Can you feel that your body investigates? What does it feel like to move? Yeah, we know how to move the arch and the spine, but the idea is to start investigating something deeper inside your body. Can you, with every exhalation, empty your gut so your body really retracts your abdomen deeper in and massages the organs into your abdomen, and then inhales, expanding the shoulder blades. Find that your jaw comes closer towards your chest, and there's just every time, even in a very subtle way, your body keeps moving and keeps just investigating and keeps just unveiling. And what does it feel like for your toes and your heels to just be a little more stretched? Can you find maybe the fascia, and how does that connect to your glutes and to your hip flexors? How does it feel onto your inner thighs to hold onto the roof or the floor of your pelvic area? The exhalation empties, and you can feel again your tail on the center grounding chakra. One more time, breathing in. And when your body's ready, allow the exhalation to let go and see what it feels, what air comes out, what energy comes out when you breathe out. And can you slowly soften the toes? And what is the feeling as you exhale? Can you feel your body bending the elbows and letting the palms of the hands face up so the forearms are on the ground and your thumbs are as wide as possible? Find that your shoulders are the guiding distance between the forearms and elbows and wrists. So the elbows and the arms and the forearms are just about shoulder distance. And your thumbs are wide and your head slowly softens. You're not carrying your head up, which is what we tend to do. And can I allow my body this time to bring the hips a little bit farther into my pants and hold towards the ceiling? So I'm really squeezing into the glutes. And so what does it feel to flex those muscles that tilt my hip towards the sky? And my fingers and arms are widening so I can feel how that's affecting my shoulders and then clavicle area. So my arms wider, my thumbs, my hands, then my clavicles and shoulder blades and upper back is affected. And maybe my chest is able to slowly shift away from my belly while my belly button area slowly presses towards my lower back. My glute muscles come a little bit taller, and I move my rib cage farther away as my elbows and really support again. Undo, rest, come back into position is necessary one more time. Breathe, observe what happens when your body moves, when your glute muscles come a little bit taller, squeeze it. Allow your last two breaths. Observe what it feels like to move the rib cage away from the waist as your glute muscles are slowly coming up, and how that involves your abdomen. Last full breath. Can you really inhale? Observe your body. And then exhale, let go. Let go of your hands and the wrists and all the activity you may have engaged, and feel that your body slowly comes, palms of hands to the ground, elbows raised into neutral position, inhaling and exhaling all the way through. And maybe your right foot comes slowly forward towards the inside of the right hand. So your right foot is aligned with your thigh and your knee, and your left knee is on the ground, and your body finds balance. Is your right foot far in front of you enough that you can feel that you're engaging the hip, that you're engaging the glute muscles, you're engaging that midsection? Is your right hand able to come towards your shin, towards your knee, towards your thigh? And the right elbow come very, very tall towards the sky, and the left hand or the left forearm slowly travel towards the ground. It doesn't mean touching. For many of us, it's impossible to bring the forearm and elbow complete to the floor. Maybe on this side, on the other side might be different. Maybe for some of us, it's really easy to move the elbow on the left shoulder and the left forearm into the ground. And your head slowly looks out without moving the right knee out to the right. Maintain your right knee always extended in the direction of your toes. So your right arm might help in holding that thigh area. Adjust and see what it feels like to raise your right shoulder, to raise your right elbow, and to maybe look towards the ground, look towards your right knee, look towards the sky. And can you feel your inner thigh of that right leg coming towards your belly, closer and tighter, and your shoulder blades slowly squeeze towards each other, and your head and neck slowly lengthens away from your tailbone. Your tailbone presses back through your hip. And can you open those glute muscles? Can you open the outer thigh area? We seldom connect to those muscles on the sitting area. So can you find those glutes? Can you feel your inner thighs? Can you press your knee? Can you slowly move your head and your neck to activate the entire twist that is not just of the leg area, it's not just of one section, but is engaging the entire body. One inhalation. Breathe, press from the heel rather than the toes, as you already know. One last long deep breath. Where is your neck and where does it serve better to maintain your body as your body exhales? Bring your body softening, left hand always in reverse order as we know. Then the right hand towards the ground and maybe your right leg slowly comes back and you find your body settled into this position, immediately moving and shifting the left leg forward in the inside of that left hand. And your body adjusts. Is your left heel on the ground and your left toes steady and your left kneecap and thigh engaged? Can you find your body moving away, your hips away from that knee and your left abdomen slowly engaged? So your thigh almost presses that left abdomen. And maybe your right hand starts now bending or allowing the right elbow to bend and the form, and the elbow slowly on the right side touches the ground and your right hand finds the perfect position. Doesn't necessarily be in front of the shoulder, can be slightly closer towards the left foot. What is appropriate for that side of your body? And is your left hand able to start lifting and you bring it up as high as your shin, as your knee, as your thigh, mid thigh, and maybe your head slowly looks out towards the left side. How does this part look different from the opposite? Is your thigh coming still towards the chest and the chest towards that left inner thigh? Well, the left elbow, left shoulder look up towards the sky and you press into your glutes and your jaw draws in and you feel your body looking towards the ground, towards the chest, towards the sky. Maybe it's a gradual shift and maybe it's different moments, different positions. So observe your body. And so where is it that you're focusing your attention right now? Are you thinking about your inner thigh? Can you look internally with your mind's eye? What does it look like in the inner thigh, into the groin area? Or can you feel it into your glutes as they wrap around the sacrum? And can you feel your body moving deep into that sacrum area and the outer thigh muscles of the left leg? Can you feel your pinky toe and big toe? Can you find your knee supported through the thigh muscles or your shin muscles? Can you feel your ankle? Is the arch of your left foot an important part of factor in this position? Is the position of your toes an important part? How is the right shoulder and elbow adding to that twist? Can you feel your body? One more time. Not because you're holding on to something, you're letting go every time. So you let your body take its course in your final deep breath. Observe, letting your body do its thing. Exhale, feel, just add the path for it to move in your final breath in. Start undoing as you exhale and let go. And so what does it feel like to undo exactly in the opposite direction? Bring your hands, arms, left leg slowly comes back. Observe your body breathing slowly out. Can you find your toes to flex? Both feet flex under your ankles, under your heels, and your fingers and hands squeeze under your shoulders. And you're going to very gently raise your knees and press back as if your hips are bent gently, pushing away from the arms, and your feet come as close to the ground as possible. It doesn't mean touching for many of us. Your knees as extended as possible. It doesn't mean overextended or extended fully. Sometimes it's better if you soften the knees and you press back and you can feel your body shifting to the heels while your head, instead of looking forward in between the hands, looks towards your toes. Your head looks towards your knees, look towards your belly button area. Can you flex from the thighs to your abdomen? So that hip flexor, bend it. So your glutes and lower back stretches. One more time. Find the exhalation. Breathe into that mid section of your body, engaging those muscles. Last long deep breath in. The shoulder blades really hug the cervical spine and raise your heels slowly as you are inhaling. And let go of your knees. Let your knees to the ground. Exhale, exhale. So what does that feel to undo from this position? Stretch your toes, breath in. Exhale your body slowly. Allow your hands to walk a little bit farther forward in front of your shoulders, as if you're just walking them about a hand width in front or hand length in front of your body. And then flex your knees and see if you can roll over your kneecaps, and your body slowly moves the heels closer towards the glutes and the glutes towards the heels, and your body exhales and you again push the glutes towards the heels as you flex your hamstrings, point the toes up, extend the top of your feet, and then allow the head to slowly come as far up towards the sky as it's allowing it, through the abdomen, through the chest, through the throat, through the chin. Squeeze your hamstrings, flex the back of your legs, breathe into your glutes, push your glutes slowly and gently towards the heels. Maybe the wrong choice of word. Find your body engaging the crown of the head and feel your throat extends and you feel the tongue towards the roof of your mouth. One more time. Hug the body. So observe the extension. What does it feel like for your abdomen, for your hip flexors, for the glute muscles, for the entire connection of your thigh to your hip bone? Where are the last full 2 breaths? Inhale, extending the crown, and exhale, flatten your belly. Final long deep breath. Inhale, inhale. And then exhale, release, slowly soften. So what is it that you're breathing out? What are the thoughts, the feelings that you breathe out through your body? Let the forms settle to the ground. Elbows, as you know, shoulder distance from each other, or forearm distance from each other. Fingers touch, fingers interlace, palms and hands touch. Drop your head without touching the crown of the head. Place the head, the top of your head facing the space between the forearms or the elbows, and let the body exhale, rounding, and raise your knees, tucking your toes, fixing the heels. The heels are very tall. And then observe your body pushing with your forearms away from the hands into the glutes, into the heels. The heels raise really tall. You're flexing your calves up towards the sky, allowing your glute muscles to raise a little bit taller, the crown of the head to stay gently connected. So you feel that your shoulder blades towards each other, and your chest widens, your underarms open. One more time, observe your body. Do not push, not compress, lengthen. Hold you from your waist and raise you higher towards the sky, as if I'm just almost trying to arch the spine towards the ceiling, because your abdomen activates. Last long inhalation, deep breath, and let your body exhale to release your knees, to slowly soften. So what is it that the breath carries out? And let go of those shoulders and hands. Breathe in, raising your elbows and forearms, palms and hands under the shoulders. Can you stay with your body in hands and knees? And what does it feel like to move deeper into those muscles? Can I allow my body to exhale, find the elbows, to find the shoulders? One inhalation. Allowing the toes to flex under the feet and the hands to start walking towards your knees, and then pressing with your arms lightly so your knees raise. And I'm going to place my feet on the ground. It doesn't matter how extended the knees you think they should be. Soften your knees and press your hands in such a way that you're walking your body towards, or your hands and arms towards your toes. And you exhale and then release. And you take the weight as if you're going to fall back, as if your glutes are going to slowly come towards the wall behind you, and your knees soften and your hands come slowly towards the ground and your head drops towards the floor, and you push lightly into your glutes, into your tailbone area. So your lower back, your shoulders just drape over your legs and knees, and the head slowly comes towards the ground, and the palms of the hands under your shoulders, and you breathe. You allow your own breath to tell you how deeply, where am I? Where am I emotionally, mentally, spiritually? What does my meditation feel like right now? What am I holding back, or what am I holding in my body? What am I remembered or triggered or again activated on? What memory or what experience, what emotion stays with me? Is this the right emotion to stay? Is this the perfect moment for observing that one emotion? Can I allow my body one last time to feel the exhalation, that the spine and the neck and the shoulders really lengthen towards the sky, that you can feel the separation between the vertebrae, and my hands slowly come up through my shins, through my knees, through my thighs, until my body stays halfway up. So my hands come to my mid shins, higher shins, lower thighs, mid thighs, doesn't matter. So my torso stays just about hip distance. And I exhale through my heels and open my toes. Allow my belly to sink in towards my lower back. And I raise my chest slowly forward so I can feel my body moving my chest out, away from my waist and hips, and my knees are as bent as needed or as extended as needed, activating the legs, breath in, exhale all the way through one inhalation, finding that my chest individually raises forward. And so that narrows my waist muscles, that narrows the contraction of the abdominal girdle and all those muscles that wrap around my waist. And I activate my thighs and my glutes to support that root of the hips and base of my body. Am I breathing? Am I extending? Can I exhale through your abdomen? And last one breath in. Observe my body to exhale slowly and round my knees, round my head and neck and spine, and keep walking my hands a little bit higher until my body stays maybe hands on mid thighs, upper thighs, and stay with my head and shoulders just looking down towards the space between my feet. And I dangle my arms under the shoulders and flex my belly as if my back just rounds my spine, and the gravity force pulls my arms towards the ground, my shoulders, my head, my neck towards the floor, and I contract my belly. My belly rolls in to the space below my ribs into the entire abdominal cavity. The weight of my body, so my heels, my thighs are active, my shoulder blades roll towards the ground. What is in my back? What am I holding? What does it feel like to drop my head and let all the weight from the back of my neck, from my shoulders to just dangle towards the floor? Can I find breath? Adjusting, breathing, observing one more time. Can I allow my body to exhale all the way through? Feel that my back is really rounded. I'm really finding that it's not just the midsection of the shoulder blades and the spine and the center, but also in the lumbar spine. Can I move those base muscles and vertebrae on the very lowest back area? And so what does it take for my hips to tilt in such a way that that lower back is really moving? One last long session. Extend and breathe deeply through those deep muscles of the lower back. And then slowly, very gently, particularly from this movement, let your body come up. Roll it slowly into standing pose and see if your body comes all the way to standing position. And restack your vertebrae in as many breaths as it takes you. And let your body and shoulders be wide and broad, and let the inhalation stand evenly from both sides, right and left side. That your back and chest and shoulders are wide and open, and you feel your entire clavicle settle. Bring your left heel in and your right foot all the way forward in front of your body, just towards the top of your yoga mat. So the left heel is settled and the left toes are slowly engaged wider to give you balance, not to press into the ground. And your right foot is wide enough that you can feel your body just stable enough. So the right leg gives you stability on the right, left leg stays on the ground anchored, and the hips and glute muscles engage in such a way that you can find your hips facing forward towards the top of your yoga mat, and your arms slowly clasp hands together as you exhale them in front of your belly and rib cage. And with your index pointed up towards the front of your body, you are going to raise your arms slowly towards the sky. Not because you're forcing anything, it's because you're extending your body long and tall. And see what happens when you balance out both sides, both hips in particular. Can you find your ankle? Can you find your knee? Is it your thigh? Is it your waist? Is it the lower back? Is it the abdominal cavity? Is it the rib cage? Is it the underarms? Is it the crown of the head? Can I find my body to slowly extend my arms taller? Feel that my underarms are opening farther up, and my head slowly dips my chin towards my chest as if I were to look towards the front toes. So how does that feel into the cervical spine, to the neck area? One more time. Are the heel of the hands connected? Can I find my index finger? Observing your glutes, waist, rib cage. Last long deep breath in. Exhaling through your belly. Your belly is really exhaling deep into your lower back. Squeeze that left glute. Last time, breath in. And let your body exhale and release your elbows, hands, arms slowly soften. Find that your right knee bends and your right and left hand are going to place on the root of your thigh, on the mid thigh, on the lower thigh, and your body bends that right knee deeper. So your body now leans torso forward, and you're going to rest the right side of your abdomen, rib cage, shoulder on that right thigh, and your hands stay on your leg, elbows wide, shoulders broad, breath in. Open your toes, press the back heel, flex the right knee. Can you extend? Open the spine. Jaw drawn in as the crown of it extends away from the back heel. Again, moving deeply. Are you opening the toes, the pinky toes, the entire sole of the foot towards the ground, while your right knee moves a little bit farther away from that left heel? Shoulders, extension. Where is your meditation? What is your meditation about right now? What is my mind connecting to? Can I feel the last two breaths? Can I observe the connection to my body? What does my body feel like when I move it deepest as I exhale and I use my hands to raise and extend and come back slowly into upright position? Can I find my balance? Where's my balance? And where does that come from? Can I observe my body long, open my arms wide, raise them shoulder height if my arms are able, never locking the elbows, palms, hands facing up, squeezing the glute, open the chest, raise your heart center, look slowly forward or maybe towards the sky or maybe behind your head. And you breathe in and you exhale. And so where does the balance come from? And so what are the parts of the body that are engaged here? Are you using just the shoulders and the rib cage, or are you moving from your waist? Are you moving from your hips? Can you move through the hip flexors? Can you connect to your thighs and the glutes? Find your body, inhaling. Observe your gut moving deeper. And so investigate, what does it feel like? What are the other deeper muscles that support the movement? Let your last one breath. Exhale, deeply squeezing and moving the spine, coming very gently back up right through your head and torso, while the arms exhale towards the sides of your body. You're going to flex your right knee and you're going to step forward through your left next to your right one and stepping back through your right leg. Heel of your right foot in, right toes wider, left leg strong and long in front of your body. Exhale. Are your feet wide enough? Is your balance again this side? Can you contract the right glute in such a way that feels connected to the hip, that your hips are not rotating, that your hips are slowly aligning? And it takes a moment for those hips to realign, and constant monitoring for the hips to be aligned to the front of your yoga mat. And that your left foot strong, not through the toes, but through the heel, as we know. Can I stretch my calf muscles? Can I feel my abdomen not sinking forward, but contracting and maintaining the raise or the height of my torso? Can I bring my hands to come in front of my belly, in front of my chest, index points forward, and then gently and methodically, I feel every inch of my arms raising. And I stay long with my arms, as if my index finger is the one that drives the extension of the entire body, while the heels of my feet are strong, and I hug my body from the midsection up, and the belly contracts, and the lower back is not sinking, is held. So can I move my hips? My hips tend to tilt back because I'm not using my hip flexors, I'm not using my glutes and my thighs. Can I allow my hips to slowly point the tailbone, to move that, again, that sacrum that tends to move behind, to slowly move it back down towards the floor and align a different balancing? And I raise through the midsection, that I raise through my rib cage, that I lengthen my spine, my lower back, and my chin. Then once that grounding portion is connected, then my chin can drop towards the chest. And I can feel my spine lengthening. Maybe it's a fascia. Maybe it's aligning slowly the entire right and left side of my ribs. And I feel my shoulders one more time, and observe not to overextend, not to force. Tending to support balance means to lightly and kindly and gently stay in this position, not forcing it. Let your last two breaths, can you extend? Chin dropping, last one breath in. And when my body is ready to slowly, again, feel every inch and every degree of movement as your left knee bends and your hands come towards your thigh, mid lower thigh, not lower than that, and find that your left knee bends. And you can feel your right heel adjusting, your left foot adjusting, your knee adjusting. So it's always supported, and you flex the left knee. And your torso on the left side rests on the left thigh, and your arms slowly hold and support the position of your shoulders, and your chest opens and your head extends, and you not leaning onto the left knee, but pushing your hips back and your right heel back, so your abdomen is slowly lengthened, as if I were to pull you from the shoulders and underarms forward, and at the same time pull you from the hips back. And see, feel that your spine, the torso, just rests into the thigh while your left glute activates and your left thigh activates, and you can feel the joint of that left side of your body. And you breathe in and your feet are strong, and you exhale all the way through. Last few breaths. Observe your body. Again, invest time. What is the feeling as the body moves into this position? Can you observe your last two breaths? Activate, move your toes, spread your feet, one last breath in. Observe your body, your own breathing, your own activity. Squeeze and massage all the things that need to be massaged and moved, and press your hands and slowly round and extend and reach towards the sky. Breathe in, press evenly through both legs. Align your hips, aware of those parts of your body that tend to shift or maybe not connected or fired up. Can you raise your arms sides, maybe shoulder height, and palms and hands slowly move gently towards the sky, maybe staying right here to activate the upper body. So your shoulders are carried out intentionally. You're hugging your shoulder blades. You're protecting the entire upper body by holding it. And then let your toes, opening your heart, make your body, again, from the ground up, from the toes, from your feet, from your calves, from your legs, from your glutes. That is not just the upper torso, that is the root of your spine that raises up. That your chin may look up, and maybe your eyes and head looks and tilts behind your shoulders. Completely up to you. How far do you need to go? Can you feel that it's not just the head, it's not just the shoulders, but the entire section? Are your hips traveling slightly forward? Can you move them just to tilt slowly the tailbone under your torso? Breathing in, not behind the torso, but slightly forward. Can you find your tummy, your abdominal cavity, the balancing muscles, and let your last two breaths. What does it feel for the rest of your body, for your feet, for your legs, and your final deep breath in? Observe that your root of the torso extends, and then exhale, and then release slowly. Hands and arms and head and torso, bending the left knee gently and stepping forward through your right leg. So what does it feel like for your calves and feet and ankles and knees and thighs and hips to stand into the front of your body? One more time. Find your feet balanced. Look at your toes closer than your heels, that your inner thighs and outer thighs are connected, that your glute muscles and hips are connected, that your arms slowly connect through your thumbs in front of your body. So your thumbs are hooked and your fingers extend. So you're really driving the extension of the forearms and the elbows and the shoulders through your fingers, and your arms raised towards the sky, and you lengthen gently towards the ceiling. You exhale and inhale at your own pacing. Press and support through your heels and hamstrings and glutes. Open the abdomen, open the ribs, and maybe your body starts tilting gently behind your hips, not because you're arching the lower back, it's because you're opening the hips. Your hips slowly move forward. You are really tilting through the base of the torso, not just the rib cage, right? Not compressing the lumbar area, but moving through the root of your spine. So you have to lengthen the torso up and then stretch it back and find your tummy, find your head, find the perfect position for your shoulders and your underarms. Can your thumbs really connect you? Can you observe your breathing? Exhale all the way through. Beautiful. Raise a little bit taller, long extension. Last two breaths. Exhale, exhale through this pose. In your final inhalation, can you really lengthen your body at your own pace? Exhale all the way through, really extend, and then come up. Inhale, inhale towards the sky. And now we're going to bend all the way forward, Uttanasana. Again, allowing your feet to be in a perfect distance from each other. And your body will adjust and you will ask you to move wider, closer. It's okay to move them and shift. And your hands come towards your thighs, or your knees, towards your shins, towards the ankles, towards the floor, towards the toes. Move your body, move your shoulders, move your head, look towards your toes with your attention coming towards your shins, maybe towards your inner thighs, maybe towards your belly button area, and your body exhales, folding. So what does it feel to fold and surrender, to find your hands coming in that place that is supportive on your legs, on the ground, behind your feet, completely irrelevant. So your shoulders and elbows are not doing the work, but it's a complete flexion, that you understand what it means to flex into this position, that you observe your body drawing the chin and letting your head drop to elongate the vertebrae. One more time. What are the thoughts? What are we finding in this moment as you breathe? Let your last 2 breaths to really flex, to really feel the opening of the backside of your body, that you're flexing through the abdomen and hip flexors to really extend the back. As you're inhaling, raising your tailbone, and then let your knees slowly soften and place one knee to the ground, the opposite knee to the floor, and then maybe your hips come closer towards your heels. And again, for some of us, we need to have cushions, we have to have pillows, we have to have all kinds of stuff to support it, a mat, a roll mat, a whatever it is that creates that support. For some of us, it's really easy to sit back onto your heels. So find yourself the most comfortable position, or just simply raise, be in kneeling position rather than completely all the way touching your heels. And maybe your thighs stay long and forward and your knees stay long and forward. And this is as far as you're gonna go. Stay right here. What does it feel to flex? And so healthy to feel that your knees need to be active. So healthy to feel that your ankles need to be active this way, and stretching them, that you're evenly stretching your toenails to the floor. The top of your feet is evenly stretching towards the ground, that your quad muscles are really stretching. And maybe for some of us, this is as far as you're gonna go. For a few of us, the chest sinks in, the abdomen slowly curls in towards the lower back, and you can feel your head slowly dropping forward, as if your neck is just dropping your head into your chest. For some of us, the hands slowly move towards the ground, and this is helping the same movement as the shoulders separate, shoulder blades separate, and the shoulders come forward. For a few of us, the fingers slowly come behind, and you can place the palms of the hands into the floor. And maybe your head slowly moves gently away from your throat, and you can open the throat area. Again, is moving the cervical spine from the inside of the throat, right, where the base or the connectors of that vertebrate column are, and giving movement into the discs, right, that tissue that connects and cushions each and every one of your vertebrae. And so the importance of having space in between your vertebrae, so there's bundles of nerves, right? There's a whole bunch of connectors to your different parts of your body that come through each and every one of those bundles. So find yourself observing, opening, adjust. If there's a space or movement or an adjustment that your body needs, allow it to happen. So what does it feel like for your body to really happen? A movement that is maybe yours, that you discover and your body wants to tell you how to reach there in your last 2 breaths. Move into your body, really make it yours. Observe your chest, giving yourself permission and liberty to be creative with your body. As your body exhales, come slowly back upright. Feel that your inhalation allows your hands and fingers to slowly move forward. And maybe your spine leans very gently forward, and your hands come slowly towards the ground, and your hips raise off your heels, and your knees travel behind you. And your abdomen slowly comes to the floor by first resting your thighs, then intentionally your hips, then your belly, then your head, and you're going to place one cheekbone towards the ground, whichever one is the cheekbone that you prefer. And your arms come towards the sides of your body by rolling the elbows out, which is going to soften the shoulder blades. And you're going to exhale your fingers from tension. And you let your body, all the movements, all the side movements, all the opening movements, all the activity, as subtle as it might feel for your body, let it all travel. And rest your head and your ear. All this squeezing, all this movement, all this breathing. Give a few seconds for your body to really feel the adjustments, benefits. And so what are the things that come to mind? And when your body is ready, very, 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 very gently. Let the exhalation empty all the way. Like, so you already know to breathe out before you start moving. And then your toes and feet are going to start re-engaging, and you slow breathe into that part of your body, flexing your toes under your ankles or heels, and bringing your head towards the center of your body with your chin towards the yoga mat, nose or forehead towards the yoga mat. Your hands come slowly in front of your body, into the ground. You're hugging lightly. Allow your toes to remain in position. The closer your feet and legs are towards each other, the more intense the toes. And then press through your forearms, through your hands, slowly, so your chest comes slowly from the ground. And you feel your glute muscles active because your belly and your rib cage come highest off the ground. And your palms and hands are flat. And if you feel that it's uneven or uncomfortable, adjust them. Move your elbows farther away from each other, your elbows farther forward, your hands closer or farther away from each other, and observe that the entire form is allowing your chest to come not only up, but forward and up. So you're creating traction as if you're just pressing into the yoga mat and pulling your torso forward, opening the abdomen, squeezing the glutes, raising your chin, extending the crown, and feel your legs pressing back to your heels. Breath in. And squeeze your glute muscles. One more time. Can you feel your chin maybe raising towards the ceiling? Not because you're arching the neck, it's because you're lengthening the front. Is your belly able to raise off the ground? One more time. Breathe in, activate. Shoulder blades shift towards each other. Let your last long inhalation. Your head moves exactly in the opposite direction, not the rest of the body, just your head. Can you let your head move slowly and look gently towards the chest, towards the ground, towards your belly button area? And then find your glutes. 2 more breaths. Observe your body as if your forearms and elbows really activate the spine, that you're creating length of the lumbar spine away from your waist in your final long deep breath. Exhale, feel your body exhale deeply. Release your ribs. Open the elbows, hand over hand, forehead over the back of your hands, and your elbows and shoulders relax. The forehead relaxes. Relax the heels, roll your legs in whichever position makes sense for your body. And stay. Can you allow yourselves to stay for a few seconds in this position? And then not to hold something. And it's very difficult sometimes to even be aware of what we're holding. Where do we keep mostly our attention? So try to maybe go with your mind to take an inventory of your body, and maybe starting from the head and the fingers and the hands and the wrists. Are they in the right place? Are they comfortable in this position? Am I pushing my head off the hands, or I'm really able to rest the weight of the head on my hands? And can my forearms and elbows and biceps and shoulders sink? And I know that might be maybe creating a slight discomfort onto the chest. It's okay to let for a few seconds for my shoulder blades to separate and to really sink in through my breastbone. And my rib cage softens so I can open the back through the lumbar, through the hips, through the glutes, through the thighs, through the knees. And so, what does it feel like to sink a little bit deeper into the floor? Shins, toes, feet. Can I rest parts of the body that are still active and maybe talking to me? Can I allow internal organs, nerve cords? Is my breath smooth and gentle, not rushed? Giving us permission to just be. And just for a few seconds, what is our mind doing? How are we directing our mind with our intellect? Are we guiding our mind? Are we making decisions, intentional decisions about the mind being focused on certain things that are important to you right now? Can I let my breath one last time guide me deeper into the ground as I exhale, and then inhaling the feet, the legs, the arms, the shoulders. Move the head, may activate a little bit deeper. The toes may activate. The hands may help to slowly come from under the head while I rest my chin on the ground. Can I allow my elbows and shoulders move back as my hands come right next to your chest? And allow my exhalation to empty all the way first, and then kindly bringing my body into hands and knees. Sure. Pressing through your arms, rib cage lifts, abdomen slowly retracts, and feel your hips gently adjust. Maybe my feet come to the side and I sit back into my sitting position. Maybe my feet cross over your ankles and I sit over my feet gently to come into Sukhasana pose. Maybe my body comes slowly as I began the yoga practice, and my hands are on the ground, on the legs, on the feet, on the yoga mat in front of me. I can round my spine gently forward, and I can feel how my back just moves, not as far, maybe as far as I want, completely irrelevant, right? It's how much your body is able to just shift, and you feel your body exhaling. Last long deep breath in. As we exhale into the hands and arms, we help the torso come back very gently. Center of your spine, jaw draws in, crown of it extends, sitting bones on the floor, crown of it extends. Observe the body sitting, eyes softly closed, facial expression relaxes. So So moving the body creates a space inside of us where we can actually be more calm, more meditative, Maybe the hands and arms are really moving towards the sides of the body and opening gently around the torso as if you're just really expanding. What are you expanding? Are you really thinking about that? And what does it feel? What is your intention as you move your hands towards the sky and the hands touch to then bend the elbows and your thumbs come towards the heart center and that we can feel the body into the heart and the elbows and shoulders rest. And then I can intentionally keep this sacred moment for you, right? It's nothing to be shared with anybody or to be maybe understood intellectually, but it's your moment of harmony and maybe a sensation of peacefulness. Maybe it's a connection to what is true and hoping that we become closer to the ultimate truth of our relationship to selfless, divine love.